At a little over 100,000 miles, my 2011 Infiniti M56 has developed an issue. It's an annoyance, an inconvenience, but I try to capture those before they become a calamity, a catastrophe. So let me show you what that problem is. This is accessory. Make sure my radio and AC are off. Well, radio for now. Yes, everything's off. Great. Oh, off. Then on. Let those gauges come on. Now just listen out. Well, this should be off. There it goes. Do you hear that sound? Something winding up? Just wait for it. And remember, I've not really started anything else. No fans are blowing. Yeah, that's off. That's off. Let's go into the engine bay and I'll show you what's going on. Can you hear that? One of my fans is running. Looks like we have the culprit over here. This other one isn't. As you can see, the blades are still pretty stationary over there. So that's not supposed to happen. In the Infiniti M, you have two fans. So you've got your right one, which is usually the engine cooling, the coolant fan, the engine cooling fan, and then you have this one here, which is the AC fan, air conditioning fan. And let me turn it on. Let me turn the car on. Then maybe you can tell the difference. The M in itself is pretty loud, but oh, it stopped. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay, let's turn the car on. Hey, did not disappoint. That's great. I can hear it over the engine and exhaust. Yep, it's running again. There it is. So, some people would wonder what's the problem with your cooling fan running. I'll tell you. It's an engine cooling fan. Right now my temperature gauge is all the way down. This car is cold. The engine is cold. Why is it running right now? So I can turn this other one on. The one that comes on the climate. Well, let's turn it on. You can turn the AC, the compressor, you can turn the AC off, or you can turn it on. When you turn it on, the other fan starts running. Hope we can catch it. Yep. See, now the other one's running now. But let me turn the car off. Okay. Is it the worst thing in the world? No, it's not. But generally, I prefer that, things work correctly. So if that fan is not supposed to be running right now, why are we running it? We're going to end up wearing the fan bearings out sooner than we need to, and then you'll have a fan that's not running. So with regards to fan failure, I think of the two extremes, I'd rather get a fan that runs all the time than one that does not run at all. And generally with these cars, and it happens to a lot of the Infinitis, by the way, and Nissans, what you have is this right here. It's called a cooling fan module. And by the way, this is exactly how it looks like when assembled. You have the engine cooling fan and your AC fan, and generally this one has more blades in both the newer generation and older generation. This one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, makes sense. In the older generation, Infiniti M45, you had one cooling fan module, or one fan module that was right here, and it controlled both fans. And I believe the M37 is also like that. But the V8 M56 has two of them, so an individual module for each fan. So right now you saw that this was a fan that was running when it wasn't supposed to, rather than do a lot of troubleshooting, I already know this is the problem. So these parts in my car came from a 2012 M56, about 70,000 miles. There's a gamble that they might be bad. Who knows? Car hasn't run in a while. But then I know that generally these fail at around, in the M45 they would fail at around 150,000 miles, give or take. Maybe in the M56 it's got heavier duty or higher duty. So, and it's the same module, by the way, that Nissan and Infiniti use throughout their model range. So maybe it just works a little harder and it fails. So what I could do is get the same cooling fan module, but since the AC fan module is the same, what I'm going to do is just take this one here and use it over there. If you were not sure, I mean, in this case, I guess there's really no guessing, no troubleshooting, but sometimes you could just switch them back and forth and try to see if now your AC fan starts running all the time, but kind of useless experiment at this point. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get this and then install it over there. Access to it is not too bad, and I guess I haven't really done a video on the M56, but it's straightforward. I'm doing this video more as a story, backstory to it, but I guess if I do get a chance, I'll edit it in such a way that it's more of just a removal. What have I removed? That. It wasn't necessary. I just wanted to be able to get all the way back there. That was necessary to gain access to this area right here. And once you remove the air scoop, I have 10mm bolts over here. This is the coolant reservoir. You don't really need to remove it, but for better access, I'm going to do it. Set this off to the side, and then lift this and move it that way, and that's it. Now you have a pretty nice straight shot into this. Let's get a light. Thankfully, this is much simpler than it was in the M45. Why do I say that? Because all you have is one bolt, one screw, this one right here. So just gotta unscrew this. Over here it's just a hook. Look at that. Although, as I said, it is the same one used in the M45, 35, 37, same module, FX50, FX35, FX37, QX70. You get it. Over here they don't have another screw, it's just a hook, a pocket. And let's do this. I said I was gonna use this one here, right? Oh, well, on this side it is screwed on both sides. Over here it's only one, but I guess you'll see it once I do it. Okay. So since this one was already disconnected from the vehicle, all I have to do is find a way to remove these. Squeeze and pull. Squeeze and pull. Pretty tough, it seems. Down and pull. You bet it's going to be fun doing this in the vehicle, huh? Okay. Okay, great. So here's a spare that's going in. I better find a way to mark it as used. I'll remember. That's why we've got video. Okay, so here it's pretty simple as well. I'm setting up the camera. I'm going to use my ratcheting wrench. As you can see, I removed one. And all I have to do is pull it upwards. Well, could I? Yeah, just pull it upwards. It's being held by the strong wire harnesses. Squeeze. I have to switch to this view right here. Squeeze, pull, squeeze down, and pull, pull, push. Ooh, broken nail, broken nail. Well, what can I say? Well, as a sacrifice to be given to the car gods for saving money. It's not too difficult if you got smallish hands. Oh, great. Kind of fell off so I can use it again. I mean, I know the technique, it's just a matter of how hard is it to get it out of here. Okay, so do you see that? There's this pocket right here. And that's where this one goes. But let me get the lower one first. I can yank this up. Getting somewhere, guys. Wow, took a while, and see, now this is going to be much easier. Let's pull. Or is it? Ah, wow, finally. This is the bad one, out it goes. And let's install the good one. So this is what I was trying to show earlier. Let me see if I can get a camera to show this. That in installing this side, see this pocket, sorry, in installing the driver's side, the passenger side, which is the right side of the vehicle, all you need, how about the light? Okay, you have this pocket right here, and then the screw goes in here, just like this. And it fits right in there, and bolted down. So in this case, it's going to be pretty easy to do, but just like on the other side, you got to remember that the wire harness goes into these slots over here. Well, in this case, this one only has one down at the bottom. This one has two, This one is secure as it is. This one's got two. Just whatever you do, just make sure this doesn't end up flopping around. By chance, it could get in the way of the blades and get whipped around. Okay, so let's do this. It's gonna be the installation phase. Pretty straightforward. I'm gonna do this first, then this one here. Remember, harnesses click. There you go. And this is the third one, the big one. There you go. A little click, but it worked. Okay, so there you go. Little click, but it worked. Then set this one here. Get this in. I'm just placing it there so nothing rattles away. Before making it all permanent, obviously, it would be nice to test the vehicle, and that's what I'm going to do. But I want to secure this wire first. Okay, great. That's good. So before making it all permanent, I'm going into the vehicle, and basically I'll yell when I start it, see if the fan comes on and just runs itself crazy, and then maybe I'll start the car and we'll see if this fan starts running at all. Can we see it? Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see the blades. Yeah, there you go. That's gonna have to work. Okay. There you go. So you can see this blade at least. Alright, this one here. So if it starts running, you'll be able to see it. On. There you go. Doesn't seem like that fan is running right now. See, it's just staying there. Yep, fan's just there. So like I said though, whoa. Place. I'm trying to set this one in place. Just into this hole and then screw it down. And once again, I'm not trying to fully secure it right now. Just have it out of the way. What I'm going to try to do next is show you the other part of the experiment, which was me saying that when I turn on the AC, it kicks this fan on. And when this fan is kicked on, this one has to come on as well. And this is how we're going to test it. I was trying to find a way to show you that the blades are not moving without necessarily involving my fingers. I guess this way? I don't know. I'm struggling now. There you go. You'll probably just do that, and you'll see if it's blowing. right, versus also doing this, and you can tell if it's blowing, right? So let's go ahead and turn on the AC. And as I said, usually AC forces the left fan on. Auto. And since mine AC is on, both fans should be running. Should be. So there you can see this one's barely holding itself because this fan is running already. And then, yep, this one's running too. So there you go. Solve the problem. There you go. Alright, that's it. I apologize if the video does not come out as clear as I intended it to be. As I said, I will try my best to make this a quick video, in that I'll just post it as it is. I'm doing some things to try to make the videos shorter, but at the same time I'd like to show you the true sense of what's going on. At this point it's just really clean up, tidy everything up, put the covers back on, try to do something to address my oil issue over there. Yeah, then mark this one as do not use, or I'll just label everything, the mileage and all that. As I said, when it comes to having modules that fail, I'd rather have one that fails and keeps running than one that, you know, fails and does not run at all. So it might be some sort of a spare, if you know what I'm saying. And I will buy a brand new one. Right now it was just to kind of limp me along until when I get this vehicle inside the garage for my summer maintenance period. So, and I buy brand new ones from Nissan. I'll try to get that part number in the video description. Brand new from Infiniti or Nissan is like, let me say, 50 to 60 bucks. And I know you can get an aftermarket one for like 40 bucks, but why? Sometimes those aftermarket ones, Beck and Earnley or whoever it is, they end up giving you problems. Personally, OEM, I don't even chance it when it comes to something like this. You'd hate to damage this engine and overheating because you know you got a cheap fan module. And then the thing about these is that everything works just like OEM. I didn't let the car run long enough, but one of the telltales was usually sometimes the idle will be pretty funky. But right now, right at 800, is that 750, 800 with the AC running, turn AC off. Watch it drop. Just a little bit, right? So it is pretty, it's normal. Everything is working the way it should be, and everything is at the speed that it needs to be. So as I said, I'm gonna turn everything off, put things away, label things. Let me get the mileage again, because I usually have that in my notebook as to when things happen. 101,922. Okay. All right, bye guys.